Hello and welcome back to the Outer Worlds. This is my Supernova Lone Wolf playthrough, episode 10. So in the last episode I had completed pretty much everything that I'd needed to do in Roseway and was able to go back to the Groundbreaker and purchase that Navkey for Stellar Bay. We still have a lot of bits left, so over 14,000. Off screen, I've tinkered my weapons a little bit. So, well, this one I had actually tinkered on screen. My Deadeye assault rifle, which is now my main weapon. I tinkered this one a little bit to increase the damage, and I also added a extendo sight on the weapon, and my plasma carbine I've tinkered a little bit. I have not added any mods to it now. This is really like my third weapon, and I actually freed up slot 4, which was my hunting rifle. So I stored that in the locker here, along with a bunch, well, pretty much all of my mods, and stored some armor here as well. So now my carry weight is not so bad. It's at 63 out of 130. So now we are in Stellar Bay, or we are going to, no, we are in at the Stellar Bay landing pad. So let's get out there, and just to let you know, the main quest is Radio Free Monarch. The information broker promised to find a location of the chemicals needed by Phineas. Problem is, he hasn't delivered the intel on time and hasn't provided an explanation. Travel to Monarch, find him, and obtain the data. So I have to speak with Nyoka at Stellar Bay. She's a big game hunter, and she frequents the yacht club in Stellar Bay, so I should look out for her there. The only other quest that I have in Monarch is this one here, which is Space Crime Continuum. So this is the one that Lilia Hagen gave us on the Groundbreaker. So I'm going to have to look for that missing passcode from her, I guess her courier or sublight agent anyways. So yeah. But for now we're going to keep this quest active and head out to Stellar Bay. I'm going to take a quick look around the landing pad. Sometimes there's some loot. But, oh, there's one. But that's actually stealing. Not that anyone would notice around here, but armor parts I don't really need that much. I have like 15 bazillion of them, I guess. How much do I have? I have 225 weapon parts and 257 armor parts. So I think I'm good on that front for now. Thankfully, these are weightless, even on Supernova mode. Contrary to like other games that are hardcore survival mode, sometimes the ammo and everything has a weight, but like the mag picks don't have any weight. These bypass shunts don't have any weight. But yeah, just clearing out all of those mods from my inventory freed up about 20 pounds or 20 kilograms, I guess, in this game. So yeah. So this is the assault rifle that I've modded with mag to zap and the extendo sight, and the plasma carbine is this one, which I'm going to use maybe for close quarters against stuff that's weak against plasma. The other one for Mag to Zap is mainly for automechanicals. Alright. Let's head down. There's someone to greet us.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Well, that is my ship on the landing pad right next to you.
I knew it. See, I made what you call a logical deduction. You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
What are they doing out there?
You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-world traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
Captain Cyrus.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Is Stellar Bay really that isolated?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
Yummy. You're not what I expected to find on Monarch.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Are you saying the board's been lying about this place?
Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
Alright, I'm gonna go have a look around town.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
Sure, that depends. What is it?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Who's the Black Hole?
That's Bertie Holcomb. Only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever. Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something?
But why is he called the Black Hole?
On account of him being the best hacker who ever played. Nothing gets by him. He sucks up every ball that comes his way.
Maybe word that differently.
Well, Holcomb's had a lot of nicknames over his career. Used to be the tallywhacker on account of what he'd do to the score. Before that, he was the slick stick, because his shots were always so smooth.
Oh boy. You're making this up.
I swear I'm not. At the start of his career, people called him the hack boss, but no one thought that was very catchy.
This poster sounds pretty valuable.
I couldn't really say. I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now.
Alright, I'll ask about your poster.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Alright. The Yacht Club.
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger.
Thanks.
Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you?
How well do you know Nyoka?
Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka. On account of her being here so often herself. And I don't mean that unkindly. Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks. Something else I can do for you?
You said you're not used to seeing new faces around here?
Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more leaving than coming. Off to join the iconoclasts or some such.
What happened at Amber Heights?
Bunch of marauders broke into the executive compound, slaughtered everyone. Corporations pulled out of Monarch not long after. I thought everyone knew. But then that was 10 years ago. Still feels fresh to us every time we look at our walls, though.
Why is this place called the Yacht Club?
Thought it had a fancy ring to it. Name's the first advertising anyone sees, after all.
Are there any yachts in Stellar Bay?
Nope. But a man can dream.
Alright, let me see what you have. Only alcohol, unfortunately. Yeah. No, thank you. So, Nyoka, huh?
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood. So it's sliding. All over the place. Trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there. Get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
I'm Cyrus. Pleasure to meet you.
Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you?
I'm told you can get me an information broker.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head.
I don't need an escort. Just tell me how to get to Devil's Peak.
Oh, you want information for nothing. Very well. I am no match for your your yammering. Here's how to get to Devil's Peak. Go south. Along the road, not the river. Look for the mountain with devil horns. Watch out for raps. And mana swarms. And marauders. Sulfur pits. And... you know it'd really be safer if I went with you. You want to reconsider sobering me up?
Fine. What do you need?
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the money, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
You mean caffenoid? That stuff's just a stimulant.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
Alright, I'll be back. Now, this is a Lone Wolf playthrough, and I'm kind of concerned that if I do this quest for her, she's going to join my crew automatically. I'm hoping that I have the choice to basically say no. So I can get to 80 expert here if I want under long guns. I can keep raising my dialogue, or I can keep raising my stealth. So I have sneak. 80 sounds really nice, so yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to put everything in sneak. Or maybe 5 in lockpick and 5 in sneak. Nah. 10 in sneak. Excellent. So yeah, I hope that I'm wrong and that I won't be forced to take her on as a crew. In the crew, I mean. Can I take this? No. What's this? Nyoka bar talk bingo sheet. Several phrases have been marked off. Right between the eyes, there were 3, no 4 of them. That rap was this big. Look it down with 1 shot. Buy me a drink. Okay. So these are just the laboratories. Alright, so she has provided us instructions on how to get to Devil's Peak. Yeah. So let's do this side quest. And yeah, if I end up having to recruit her, then I'm gonna have to reload and do it all again. But yeah, I think this quest requires me to go check at the dispensary, which is right over here.
If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own Caffenoid.
Don't be so hard on her. With Brack's missing, she's working doubles and needs a little edge.
Very well, dearie. But you stop by anytime you like. Hmm?
Thanks, I'll keep that in mind.
Hey.
Sorry, I've got to get back to the warehouse.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember. What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
Who's Velma?
She works over at the fishery next door. Quite the hard worker, but she's got a bit of a temper.
A temper?
Why, just the other day, I heard her shouting from here. I can't imagine what set her off. Oh, but here I go again, running my mouth when it's none of my business. Was there something else you needed?
I've been asked to pick up a caffeinoid supplement.
And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits. Who's your lucky friend, dearie?
Actually, the pills are for me.
I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, I'm afraid I have to reserve my supply for Stellar Bay residents. Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame what some people will do to get a little extra?
Oh, that's just awful.
Isn't it just? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else needing a special pickup from Auntie Abigail?
I don't know, Auntie. You'll have to pry that secret from my sweet little cheeks.
Aren't you a saucy thing? I may not be a fresh young thing anymore, but with age comes experience, dearie.
Why don't you show me a thing or two?
Much as I'd love to. My rheumatism is especially fierce at the moment, and I'm all out of my medicine. But I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. You were here for Caffenoid, weren't you? Who's it for?
That's private.
Now, there's no keeping secrets from Auntie Abigail. I'll tease it out of you, one way or another. Also, I really do have to enter someone's name for the allotment. After all, I have to keep track of where our little pills wander off to.
Rather nosy, aren't you?
Now, dearie, it is my job after all.
Never mind. Alright, so she talked about the supply room upstairs. This is just the bathroom. So I can pick lock this pretty easily. There's a little balcony, or... No, it's just a stairwell. And there's a room here. Just what's on this terminal? This terminal's use is restricted to authorized medical engineers. Unauthorized use will warrant action from your site safety engineer. Employee login. So let's hack login Williams. Patient records. Nyoka. Okay. So we can increase. Okay. Nyoka Ramnerim Wentworth III. Caffenoid allotment. Standard. Medical engineer notes. Liver damage likely to result of prolonged alcoholism. Attitude problems likely to result of prolonged alcoholism. Frequent social withdrawal likely to result of prolonged alcoholism. So, pretty much. Increased caffeinoid allotment. Allotment increased to high. Warning, excessive caffeinoid consumption may lead to side effects such as irritability, fatigue, uncontrollable bowel movements, nausea, death. Warning, caffeinoid storage is approaching critical levels. Resupply recommended. And what about Cyrus? Patient record not found. Please try again. Okay. Data storage. E. Williams. Notes. Reactivism plus pep you up. I had hypothesized that this combination might awaken my mind and senses to the greater realities around us. If that's true, then it seems my faculties were quite overwhelmed in this instance. Shortly after the dosage, I experienced cold sweats, tremors, and mild paranoia. It is perhaps due to these latter effects that most of my notes from the episode are of little use. Nevertheless, the effects were most invigorating. I will have to attempt a milder dosage once heart palpitations subside. Bushberry extract plus dibilirol. After my previous experiments, I theorized that deadening the external senses might allow the mind's eye to glimpse the eternal. Alas, I was only partially successful. The combination of substances quickly rendered me both blind and feeble, so much so that I soon fell into a stupor. I awoke some hours later in a pile of my own sick and a most curious craving for Tyleritos? Tyleritos, yeah. Okay. And costolerine minus triple dosage or dash triple dosage. Searching, file empty. Okay. And A. Edwards. Work in progress number 1, 23,629 words. Oh boy. So this is like fan fiction, seems like. Stellar Bride. She's a wide-eyed colonist from Earth. He's a hard-working Saltuna farmer from Monarch. Their attraction blossoms into a whirlwind romance that transforms Stellar Bay. Chapter 3. A long way from Arkansas. Arkansas. Anyways. You can put your things here, Mr. Elliot said, leading Abby into a dim apartment. The place was small, but it had a certain cozy charm. Abby set her bags on the floor and loosened the straps of her jumpsuit. Mr. Elliot coughed, his face suddenly red. If you get warm, you can always crack the window. The breeze from the bay is real nice. Just be careful about mantis swarms. As Abby went to take the room key, her fingers brushed his. He had strong, rough hands, a Saltuna farmer's hands. She felt herself blush. You've been ever so kind to me, Mr. Elliot. Call me Archibald, he said. Work in progress 2. The Passion Broker. A renegade iconoclast driven by his ideals finds love in the arms of a mysterious man with a tortured past. Will he follow his head or his heart? Chapter 2. Tall, dark, and handsome. Come on up, said the voice on the comm. It was dangerous and smooth in a way that reminded Broderick of iceberg aged whiskey. The door slid open with a whisper of perfumed air. The air rose along the nape of his neck, and he proceeded up the stairs. The broker sat with his back to a top-of-the-line, mostly charcoal personal heater, slender fingers tented. So this was the mysterious recluse who manipulated Monarch from afar. Broderick could feel the warmth of the heater from across the room, but it was the look in the broker's eyes that had him feeling feverish. The broker produced a pair of glasses and a bottle of something that looked expensive. He poured it off and held one of the glasses out to Broderick. For me? He asked, trying to ignore the man's smoldering gaze. Indeed, the broker purred. I hear you're a man of such bold tastes. Broderick took his glass. The broker continued, dark hair falling over darker eyes. That's why I've got a rare proposition for you. The glass nearly slipped from Broderick's fingers. He drank it in one gulp to hide the tremor in his hand. It burned all the way down. And finally, this one. Clinic of the Heart. A battle-hardened young Earth Directorate soldier visits a remote clinic on Monarch to heal his injuries. But when he meets Gail, an elegant older nurse, she goes to work on his heart as well. Chapter 34. Healing Touch. Fletcher held her tightly. His strength had returned, that much was clear. Yet here he remained, at the clinic, with her. He shook his head, as he'd read her mind with his perfect green eyes. Gail, the Earth Directorate's calling me back. They want me protecting Byzantium. But I don't know how to leave. Not after what we found together. Then stay, she whispered, letting her breath warm his ear. I can certainly find a position for you here. Oh, laws, he moaned, pulling her closer. She pressed a finger to his lips. Shh, the only law here is love. Okay, so Abigail is quite the writer. So yeah, we can create a new account, but yeah, we don't need to. I think we did everything that we needed to do here. So, out of curiosity, I will pick this lock. And yeah, take this. So I can sell. Use that. And there's the Caffenoid, but yeah, let's go talk to her instead.
Hello again, dearie. What can I get you?
I'm picking up Caffenoid for Nyoka Ramnarim Wentworth III.
Now that can't be. Ms. Ramnarim Wentworth has already exceeded the month's... Oh. Dear me. She does have another dose in her allotment. How did I miss this?
Don't worry about it, Auntie. I'm sure you've been busy.
My, but you are a doll. Here's Nyoka's Caffenoid, and if I know her, she's probably ready for it by now. Do take care of yourself, dearie.
Curious, is the Caffenoid still up there? Yes. So you can have 2. So this is not, this is a quest item. Caffenoid. Yeah. Oh well. I only need one, so. And I don't want a bunch of quest items cluttering up. So let's head back to see Nyoka.
Smells like rat in here. Oh, it does.
And this is where I hope that we'll get the choice of not recruiting her anyway. Oops.
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above?
I've got your magic pills. These things are dangerous, you know.
More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
Okay, not looking for company on the road. Just tell me how to reach the information broker.
Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. It's south and west. Mostly follow the road till you're past Fallbrook. Then look for caverns in the mountain.
Ah, so a little
Going
bit
into
more
Spelunkin,
detail. Yeah.
There's a western slope past Rotting River, but it's dangerous ground. A lot of things that'll want to eat you there. Good luck.
Thank you. All right. And I'm curious, can I talk to her again and recruit her?
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above?
Huh. Actually, never mind. I'll catch you later. So yeah, you can come back and recruit her if you want. Interesting. All right, so that side quest is completed. Let's work on this one. Check with Celia. Let me just look at all the places before I go. So that's the dispensary. You're just a resident. Oh, thirsty. Drink, drink, drink. Oh, looks like I'm running out of liquid. I want to keep the caffeine drinks. Okay, lemon slap, sure. Okay, so there's an entrance here. Okay. This is the building. Whoa.
Help!
What?
Someone's been killed! I think I'm gonna be sick.
Are you alright?
No! I just stepped in a dead man's blood. And I think one of the flies landed on my mouth. If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
What the hell? Okay, do these vending machines have water? Or, you know, something to drink? Nope. This one maybe? Negative. Just borscht and baked beans. Okay. Tossball betting slip. This betting slip lists some increasingly bold wagers made for a team called Mostly Colonists. It's from Left Field Tossball Betting. Okay. Hastily packed suitcase. Several ragged outfits, all of the same cut and color, were stuffed into the suitcase. Okay. So I'm going to have to investigate left field toss ball betting, wherever that is. Sure. Let's pick up the purple berry crunch. Oh, hello.
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
Not really. To S. Nandy. Mr. Nandy, sorry to bother you about this, but something foul is leaking from the apartment upstairs. I don't know what Silly is keeping up there, but she works for you, right? Do you think you could talk to her about it? To I. Rose. Isaac, can you please try to keep your windows shut? As I've tried to explain, leaving them open, especially when you've got food out, invites mantis swarms, and a mantis swarm infestation is everyone's problem. To be hecked. Braxton, I know you keep odd hours. I know because I've heard you coming and going at all times of the day / night. Haha. But maybe you could try to close your door a little more quietly. I have rather sensitive nerves, and every time I hear your door, I think we're in the middle of another Amber Heights. Okay. This stuff is stealing, so... what about upstairs?
Whatever you do, don't mention tossball to Isaac. He'll never hear the end of it.
You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
If you got him stuck in an hour-long rant about mostly colonists, you'd be thankful.
Okay. Hello?
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
Didn't mean to scare you. I'll go. Okay, what's this? Out for deliveries. Dropping a care package off with the Matters in the old ruins south of Stellar Bay. Be back soon. Laura, I know you're reading this. Stay out of my things. Is this Laura? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna steal. Okay. This must be Celia's room. Inferno site. Oh, sorry to bother you. Slap. Okay. Let's head back down. And what's this place? Okay. Still no water.
Good day to you.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Most people don't. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves.
How's that?
Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation. And I was a fool for staying.
Why did you decide to stay in the first place?
Sanjar, of course. He had all these glorious ideas about how he'd run Monarch. Rest periods between every work shift. No shift more than 10 hours long. It all sounds wonderful, until you realize there's only a few centimeters of repurposed steel between you and the deadliest creatures in the galaxy.
Seems like you'd want more than centimeters.
I could do with a few kilometers of cold vacuum. but that spaceship is flown.
Ever thought about leaving Stellar Bay?
Only every day. But in case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly get ships on a regular basis, yours notwithstanding. And even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage out with sublight, which would mean reaching Fallbrook without getting eaten, shot, or dissolved into green goo, what then?
Why don't you just tell me?
Nothing. That's what. Because MSI is not in what you'd call good standing with the board. So even if I could get out of here, no one's gonna hire me.
That sounds rough.
Even talking about it has my blood pressure up. I've really gotta stop.
Alright, I'm off.
Lucky you.
Locked fridge. I'm curious. He's gonna notice me. Let's try and get behind. Can I? No. Nah, they're gonna notice me. A whole lot of fish. Salt tuna. Okay, it's just a bypass shunt. Okay. There's an upstairs to here. Okay, just a balcony. Tea is my favorite. What about this one? Nice. Excellent. All right. Let's sell a bunch of stuff in the vending machine. Like this vortex mace. And this. Yeah, I have more than enough food, so I'm going to start selling some of my, I have 17 purple berry punch, so yeah, that's my water going forward. Sugary drink, but okay. Purple berry punch again. Okay, so that's the apartment. Let's see on the map. Let me go in this direction here. So those are the apartments. What's this? Oh. It's a shop?
Well, well. The only new folk I ever see in town are sublight runners from Fallbrook. But you don't look like one of Catherine's. What can I get you?
I'd like to trade.
If you don't see it, I don't got it. Don't go asking for the special reserve.
Okay. Pretty standard stuff. Wow. 22 armor. Ordnance control armor. So it comes with factory stock armor plating. It raises ranged weapon skills +5. Okay. This one is heavy armor. Yeah, this one looks cool. It's 509 bits. I'm thinking I'll be able to find one somewhere. on my own. So maybe get a higher discount if I raise my rep a little bit. As far as the rest goes, the rest is just street clothes. Yeah. And these are absolutely disgusting. Cysty pig tumors. They're literally falling off the backs of cysty pigs passing by. Just flake off the dirt and they're ready to eat. No cysty pigs were harmed in the production of this food. Alright, so let's sell some things. Do we have anything to sell? No. We just went to the vending machine. Although, I should sell this. And I'll keep all of these. Yeah, I'm tempted to buy that armor. What's my current armor like? This is the Raptidon Handler's armor, which comes with the corrosion armor rating. Since there are wraps out here, I figure I'm going to keep it. Yeah. It's a pretty good armor. That's the... what? Sebastian Adams, Wildlife, whatever. Oh.
Wrapped musk and canid eyes, right here.
Hey.
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in Raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid toenails? You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
Why would I want any of that?
I don't know. Celia usually buys whatever I have, and Mr. Pickett seemed real interested. So I thought maybe I was onto something.
Who's Celia?
She works for Sanjar at MSI. She's also Stellar Bay's biggest collector of canid incisors. And I should know, because she buys them from me.
About Mr. Pickett.
He came to Stellar Bay years ago, just before the board cut us off. Ended up stuck here. He was always real interested in our monsters. Mantiqueens, especially.
Have you seen a Mantiqueen?
Sure. They're real big. Hard to miss them.
Why was he interested in Mantiqueens?
Who wouldn't be?
Okay, but did he say anything more specific?
He kept talking about collecting a queen to take back to Terra 2. Didn't make no kind of sense to me. Mantiqueens won't let you collect them.
Ah. So I think we found a terminal on in the Emerald Vale with this guy, and also the community center, you know, with the exhibits. I never made the link between those two things until now, even though I've played this game like 6 or 7 times so far. Where have you seen a Mantiqueen?
Well, I could send you to the same place I sent Mr. Pickett, but I haven't seen him in a few weeks. To tell true, I'm starting to get a bit worried about him. Tell you what, I'll tell you where I sent Mr. Pickett if you promise to look for him. Help him out if he's got himself in trouble. Fair deal?
Sure, I can keep an eye out for him.
All right then. Leave town through the southern gate, the one right here, and head past the abandoned ruins. Last Mantiqueen I saw was in the wilds out that-a-ways. Could be Mr. Pickett still out there too.
Okay. Maybe some other time about whatever you're selling. Alright, so this place is good. Is there anything that I can check here? No. So there's only this this exit. Another exit. Someone looks to be distressed here.
Please, I need your help. I can pay. Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a Raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Calm down, take a deep breath, and tell me what happened.
Don't you tell me to calm down. I promised my boy I'd protect him for always. But how can I keep him safe if he's run away? He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago.
I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous glands, but he didn't listen. Please, won't you go and find my boy?
I'll help you find your son.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
So she's pretty intense. Okay. All this ammo lying around. There we go. Huh. Flamethrower. Let's sell it. Wait. Something more. And more ammo. Okay. So which quest do I have active? Grim tomorrow. Oh yeah, so I have to check with Celia. So that's in the MSI building. Left field tossball betting. Let's tag this one as active. And where is tossball? Okay, so it's not here, but this is the yacht club. Okay, so I'm back at the start. So, but I didn't explore this place. Okay, so head straight.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a
Oh, there it
handsome
is.
bit for wrapped musk.
Bet they also pay to make it stink less.
Supposedly, it makes you more attractive for, you know.
Trust me, no one's going near you like this.
A bit of a reference to that quest in Roseway. Alright, left field toss ball betting. Hello?
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial Age Mammoths.
I'm not here to chat about teams.
That's a shame. Tossball's just about the only good news we get around here. When our frequency's not too clogged up anyway. So, what can I do for you?
I found this betting slip in a dead man's apartment. Any idea what might have happened to him?
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
I'm listening. Or sorry, what do his teeth have to do with anything?
They were pretty distinct. Monarch doesn't exactly have a thriving dental industry, and Isaac seemed to get stuck in all sorts of bad habits, dietary and otherwise. Sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the liter, other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
So I have like 17 bottles of purpleberry punch with me right now, so... So who did he owe?
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Thanks for the tip.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
All right. So this must be the alley that I just went to earlier. What is this? Don't mind if I do. Not sure whose place this is, but I'm ransacking it. Okay. Alright, let's go to that alley. I think it was this way. Yeah. Okay, so we have 4 people.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market.
I know you murdered Isaac.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
Wrong answer. Ouch. Shit. Come on, get up. Damn it. I got caught in the corner. That was pretty sloppy. Oh boy. Please tell me I don't have to start that all up again. I get the feeling that I have. I'm going to be back at that landing pad. And I've lost whatever time I've just spent doing all of that stuff. Not even! So I'm back at the ship. Alright, so I guess what I'll do here is instead of subjecting everyone to the same thing all over again, I'm just going to redo all of this offline, and I'll resume broadcasting once I've caught up to where I was. So see you at the next episode.